we have three 3-minute rounds of Muay Thai, contested at 106 pounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, training out of Fairtex Training Center, with a fight record of 30 wins and 10 losses, a 75% win rate. Representing Thailand, Gusjung! And introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, training out of Lumpinee, Saitong, with a fight record of 56 wins and 6 losses, a 90% win rate. Representing Thailand, Chabakaew!
มาน้องมวยมาขยันออกอาวุธนะทั้งคู่ล้มไม่ซ้ำไม่ทำฟาวล์นะ
Only the best of the best in the world are invited to one championship, the world's largest stage of martial arts, representing the pinnacle of fighting. Gusjung makes her return to square off against Chabakaew.
Gusjung looking big in the ring here, popping the jab nicely. A teep before that. Both fighters orthodox. Measuring light on the lead leg, meaning they want to throw that front kick. Set up opportunities for the rear leg, middle kick as well.
Bit of a feeling out process here in the beginning. Trying to understand each other's distance and timing. Just throwing out the small leg kicks. Leave you and me the action here. On Friday fights, when it comes fast and it comes furious. The referee pleads for action. And that is what we might get, ladies and gentlemen.
Gusjung looking like she's wanting to cut off the ring a little bit here. A little lighter on her feet, showing looks to the left and the right. There, stepping in, that was her moment, looking for the right hand, but Chabakaew did a great job with the front kick to defend that attack.
This is what we were talking about, the counter-striking of Chabakaew. Might be something to be flexible in the game plan a little bit, rather than getting too fixated on the counter-attacking. Then that might lead to a bit of a lack of action. Is what we're seeing from Chabakaew.
Gusjung there, pressing forward, stepping through on the left and the right, but creating an opportunity for Chabakaew to counter there. Gusjung, though, remember, wanting to get inside so that she can utilize her elbows, a big weapon for her.
Heavy in the clinch there. They try to feel each other's strength. Just to get a measure. That first clinch up, you're able to tell who's going to be more prosperous in that clinch. So far, lightning fast leg kicks. We still see Chabakaew being quite defensive in her style, Brian. She told us that she wanted to go for the counter-attacks. But that being said, she really is leaving Gusjung to allow her to dictate the pace of this fight so far.
Gusjung just a little bit more active with her footwork, stepping through on shots to close the distance, but sometimes running into a counter or two from Chabakaew. All in all, a bit more of a feeling out process in that round. Gusjung looking to be active with her footwork to set up opportunities for her 1-2. Sometimes stepping through, though, into the counter shot of Chabakaew, but a little bit more active. Chabakaew definitely going to need to pick it up here, moving into the second. Here we see Gusjung looking to close the distance with those punches. Both fighters clashing in the middle, using the long guard. Beautifully timed lead leg kick there from Chabakaew. A right hand from Gusjung. Back and forth, bit of a feeling out process in that first round. Expect both fighters here in the second to pick up the pace. to look to establish more weapons.
Especially on a platform like this. The One Friday Fights is the global platform in search of that next global superstar. We have seen many superstars arise from the One Friday Fights platform, and it is because they have an exciting fighting style. And by true Muay Thai fashion, usually after the feeling out process is done in round 1, round 2, you usually get down to business.
Chabakaew looking to be more active with her jab here. More on the front foot, pushing Gusjung back. But Gusjung moving in with the right hand there.
Like you said, Brian, that might be the change in strategy from Chabakaew to control the pace of this fight. In round 1, she really was allowing Gusjung to control the pace and just relying on her counter-striking.
Another right hand. Through again, stepping forward behind some straight punches. We haven't seen the elbows yet from Gusjung. I was expecting her to move into that range, but a big right hand. The kick cocked by Chabakaew. She looked to counter. Trading along the ropes.
Gusjung doing really well. Being aggressive, landing big shots on the inside against Chabakaew. Snapping her head back with those jabs. And just being a little bit more aggressive than her, able to beat her to the punch and get off first with her combinations. Oh, and a nice body kick there, landing heavy on the midsection. Beautiful body shot downstairs there from Gusjung. Oh, she's connecting at will here right now, Brian.
Gusjung landing some stiff shots. A right hand wobbles Chabakaew there along the ropes, following up with the flurry. Chabakaew in a lot of trouble here.
Chabakaew really trying to get the knockout here. Multiple strikes landed from Gusjung. Chabakaew seems to have weathered the storm, but she needs to be careful because she was nearly out on her feet there, Brian.
It took Gusjung about a round and a half to find the distance and timing for that right hand, but she has it now, unleashing it time after time, using great footwork, keeping her weight slightly back, never overcommitted now at this point. Not leaning forward, but throwing a nice jab, sticking the right hand to the body, which is an effective shot and creates opportunities for feints down low to set up shots upstairs.
Highly effective boxing techniques from Gusjung. Oh, as she is just landing beautiful combinations, letting those fists fly, looking comfortable in that one Lumpinee ring here in the second round. Managing the distance well, just like you said, Brian. Starting to find her range, and the shots were pouring in one after the other. Beautiful boxing technique to end the round there from Gusjung.
Doing a great job finding a home for that right hand. Let's take another look at some of these volleys. She had Chabakaew in trouble. There was an elbow, one of her best weapons that she spoke about. The right hand here, though, catching Chabakaew as she came in. Another right along the ropes, taking it to the body, creating opportunities. Gusjung finding a weapon to break this fight open. That right hand using her powerful frame and her footwork. Also great defensive tactics with the long guard. She gets in, lands shots, and then gets out safely.
This is the world's largest martial arts platform, and winning convincingly will give these athletes the opportunity to prepare their careers to the next level. Nice elbows on the inside there from Gusjung. Chabakaew now pushing forward, a sense of urgency here in the third round, Brian. Big shots over the top, but Gusjung, she found success with her boxing in round 2. What do you think that she needs to do to keep that constant success?
She was controlling the distance nicely. She needs to stay on her bicycle and keep moving. Chabakaew driving forward, landing right hands of her own. We know that she's good in this clinch position here, sweeping Gusjung. Chabakaew Chabakaew, when she gets inside, she pushes the face away nicely to set up elbows and knees. Locks into the side control position. We saw it in her fight against Nong Em. Chabakaew, though, feeling like she needs to make up some ground, no doubt. Driving forward, a big counter right off the back kick.
Oh, big shot from Chabakaew as she completely floors her opponent in round 3. What a comeback victory from Chabakaew. Completely stunning the crowd here on One Friday Fights. They still up performance.
Chabakaew landing a big shot, absorbing an elbow. Big cut opened up on her forehead, but getting the job done. No doubt a sense of urgency going into that third round. Here, stepping in, getting her head off the line, landing that short, sharp right hand in those little gloves. Even more effective, the knuckles on the target. Hitting Gusjung clean. Gusjung goes down, unable to get back up. One and done. Chabakaew picking up a big knockout, a comeback in the third round.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute and 7 seconds in the third round, your referee has called a stop to this contest. Your winner, by way of knockout, Chabakaew!
Chabakaew as humble as ever in victory, but doing a great job. You can still see some blood from that cut leaking into her eye. But a great performance. That right hand right on the money. Let's toss it off to Achilles for the post-fight interview.
Chabakaew, congratulations. What an amazing victory. Such a stellar performance in front of all of these fans. Talk to us a little bit about how you changed your game plan to come out in round 3 and get that victory.
วันนี้นะครับตัวชบาแก้วนะครับเป็นการต่อสู้ที่สวยงามมากๆนะครับยินดีด้วยกับชัยชนะนะครับอยากจะถามครับผมในการที่เรากลับไปหลังจากยก2จบไปเนี่ยยกที่3เราปรับเปลี่ยนแผนยังไงมาเพื่อหาชัยชนะในครั้งนี้ได้ครับ
เดินตายเป็นตายค่ะ ไม่ถอยค่ะเดินต่อยอย่างเดียวค่ะ
I just keep pushing forward and be my own style just going in and be natural
Your opponent was so strong in rounds 1 and round 2. Tell us what was going through your mind when you were getting so much pressure from your opponent.
ครับผมแน่นอนครับผมในยก1และในยก2เราก็รับความดุดันของคู่ต่อสู้ของเรามาเยอะมากในตอนนั้นครับเราคิดกับตัวเองยังไงครับเพื่อที่จะหาวิธีสู้กับเขาได้ต่อไปครับ
ตอนแรกก็กดดันนะคะแต่พอยก3มาค่ะแล้วอยู่ยกเดียวก็เลยสู้ค่ะ
I was under a lot of pressure on the first and the second round. I know that there's one round left. I just give it my all.
With an amazing performance like that, it is no surprise that Mr. Chatri Sitchotong has given you a bonus of
350,000 บาทครับ
that's 350,000 baht from Mr. Chatri Sitchotong.
ก็ดีใจมากค่ะพูดไม่ถูกค่ะล้นหมดแล้วค่ะ ไม่ได้เตรียมใจว่าจะได้โบนัสค่ะมาสู้อย่างเดียวค่ะ
Yeah, I'm really happy for that bonus. I'm quite speechless. I didn't really expect that I'm going to get that bonus. I'm so speechless right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, Chabakaew.
Chabakaew picking up the 57th win of her career. Third here on One Friday Fights, the knockout and the bonus. Here they are clashing. Gusjung went for the elbow. Chabakaew pulled her head off the line through the short right hand and it landed. Gusjung here completely out. No way she was going to get back to her feet. Chabakaew knew she needed to make something big happen